Hey guys, it's CWillyHD here, and welcome back to Game Breakers. This time we'll be taking a look at Noki Bay glitches in our Super Mario Sunshine series. This level has it all, from fighting Gooper Blooper inside the Shine Room, the easiest out of bounds glitch, using the special hover nozzle outside the bottle, and more. So let's get into the episode. Alright, we're just gonna kick it off with the best glitch you can do in this world. It was discovered by Zelpiku Kirby and is seriously crazy. However, it does take a while to set up, and here's why. This glitch involves getting a game over and then spawning back at the airstrip when you first start a new file. So you have to play through the game all the way up to Noki Bay without saving. You can do this by either creating a new file and pressing continue instead of save every time you collect a shine, or just taking the memory card out and not using one. I chose the no memory card because I kept accidentally pressing save and having to start all over like 3 times. Anyway, once you've collected 20 shines and still haven't saved, you'll be able to enter Noki Bay. Complete the first 2 episodes in here until you reach the 3rd, red coins in a bottle. In this mission, you're given a special version of the hover nozzle that allows you to swim around in water faster. By doing this glitch, we're able to take it outside the level and use it in the airstrip. All we gotta do is die until we get a game over. After selecting continue, the game tries to take you back to the most recent save point. But since we haven't saved, it's the opening cutscene back on the airstrip. Head over to begin Flood's cutscene, and after that, you're done. You can switch to the special hover nozzle and use it. Surprisingly, it works on land like Mario's in that bottle. We can just fly around, or if you hold it down, shoot up super high into the sky. Since we don't lose water in the bottle, we don't lose any here, and you can just keep flying higher and higher. It does also give you a pretty cool view when you decide to fall back down. I had so much fun messing around with this glitch. You can get stuck on the roof of the building and see this pretty neat effect with all the water particles. Shockingly, it doesn't work in the water here. So maybe the water in the bottle has some special properties, I'm not really sure. Regardless, I'm glad we're able to take it outside the mission. Unfortunately, the game corrects flood state if we try and go to the plaza, so this is the only place we can mess around with it. It's technically not a hard glitch at all, but it does take a while to set up. I still think it's worth it though, because it's really fun to use. So normally in episode 2, the boss of Tricky Ruins, you have to scale the cliffside and face off against Gooper Blooper again. But there's a better way to collect this shine. Come up to the right side of the cliffs to this spring. We can use this to get out of bounds. Spray it, pick it up, and bring it down here to this corner. Now run and throw it into the corner. If you threw it right, Mario will be standing on the other side, and when it expands, you'll pop right through the wall and out of bounds. From here, hover a little ways into the void, and after falling, you should land in the Shine Room. This way is a lot faster than actually fighting the boss, and definitely cooler. We can actually do more with this spring though. Before that, we need the rocket nozzle for a reason you'll see in a second, so grab it and come back over to the spring. Clip out of bounds again, and this time just fall down. When you land in the void, you gotta keep jumping to avoid dying. We're trying to use the rocket nozzle to get up to the ocean floor, so blast around to see where you are and head for the land. Once you're underneath, the rocket nozzle will give you enough height to get back in bounds underwater. From here we can get a pretty cool view of the level and swim around. This pillar is really glitchy and gives Mario hyperspeed, but is also pretty slippery. You can adjust the water level by blasting up to the smaller pillars and sliding off of them. The water will now be right where you are. You can swim over to this little bank and then blast up to the upper ground level and run around on there. This gives you a really great view of the level. Noki Bay is visually my favorite world, so seeing it from this angle was even better. Up here you can also get hyperspeed and run around a lot faster. Once you're done though, you can just blast up into the water and it'll be back to normal. If you want another way of getting out of bounds that's probably the easiest in the game, here you go. As soon as you land in the level, head right towards these little pools of water. This ledge right here is missing some collision, so if you walk slowly towards it, you'll just fall right through and land in the water. If you swim away from the little ponds, you'll drop down into the main section of water just out of bounds. You can swim deeper into the level, but you won't be able to see as much as there's a lot of blue. You can swim around the level though and see the shine room we glitched into earlier. If you go too far out of bounds, you'll shoot below the level into the void. You can keep jumping, but there's not a lot to do here before you inevitably die. If you did have the rocket nozzle, you could blast up under the water like we did earlier though. There's one last thing we can do with this out of bounds trick. Enter episode 7 and have Shadow Mario fall at the bottom here next to the water. This can be tricky, but if you have him go all the way up to the top of the cliffs, he'll jump all the way back down, and this is when you should spray him. Anyway, once the shine spawns, get out of bounds and swim towards the shine. Jump and hover so you touch the shine, but it won't do anything. It'll play the little jingle like you collected it, but never start the cutscene. You've now softlocked the game and can't do anything with the shine. It's like it's not even there anymore, and you can basically do whatever you want with it. You can spin around inside it, but that's the only real entertainment I found out of it. Your only option from here is to pause and exit the level since you can't collect the shine. This spiral tower has some interesting collision that allows you to clip through at any point. Simply jump and hover towards the underside of the ledges and Mario will just clip through and sometimes pop onto the other side. If you time a ground pound perfectly while inside the tower, you can go all the way through it and land in some water, still in the tower. I tried swimming all the way down to the bottom while in here to see if this glitch would let me fall through the level, but there's collision blocking your way. Some of you might already know in episode 3, Red Coins in a Bottle, there's a secret book hidden in the level. You have to enter in this little hole and enter Mario Cam to have a look at it. This is normally as close as you can get, but we can glitch your way in there. Gently hold down R so you hover up, and you want to aim for the top lip of the hole. Mario's able to clip inside it, and we need to hover all the way past the door in order to stay out of bounds. From here you can turn back and head towards the book. It's hard to see as the camera doesn't really cooperate, but we can still enter a little room behind the door and touch the book. This doesn't really do anything since the developers never intended for you to reach it in the final game, but it is satisfying finally getting to it after all these years. Here's one we haven't talked about in a few episodes, rocket storage. You can store the blasts from a rocket nozzle and release them all at the same time. Grab the rocket nozzle and find a ledge. You can do it just next to the nozzle box if you want to. Line Mario up next to it, switch to the squirt nozzle and hold down L till it clicks to enter sidestep mode. Then switch to the rocket nozzle and hold down R, but don't have it click or it won't work. This will charge the rocket, and just as it's about to fire, let go of L. This will store the rocket, and you can now switch back to the squirt nozzle and start the process all over again. You can store as many as you want, and when you're ready, sidestep off the edge. Mario will shoot a pie into the sky, and it gives you a pretty cool view of Noki Bay. If you aim for these hillsides, Mario will just fall right through and out of bounds. Again, you'll land in the void, so keep jumping, and since we have the rocket nozzle, we can blast up back under the water. You can use this glitch anywhere in the level, and it could be useful to reach areas quicker or in a unique way. One final thing you can do with rocket storage is fight Gooper Blooper inside the shine room. Perform the spring out of bounds glitch with the rocket nozzle and aim for the room. Once inside, store a few rockets on this ledge, and when you blast up, Mario will shoot up into the tunnel and break the block that Gooper Blooper is sitting on. It'll then fall through the floor and end up in the room with you. You're able to fight it like you normally would, but after defeating him, the camera will still pan up where it normally would during the cutscene. Once it's over, it'll catch back up to Mario. I tried grabbing the shine while it was still down here, and it caused it to disappear as the cutscene began. Normally you can't run around in Mario Cam, but with the help of the turbo nozzle, you're able to. Pick it up, which can be kinda hard to reach, and find a nice area. Enter Mario Cam and slightly hold down R so it doesn't begin charging, but Mario still moves. You're now able to have a look around Noki Bay from this nice view. You can do it anywhere you want in the level, while swimming or on a tightrope. Even if you fall off a cliff, you'll stay in Mario Cam. There's not a whole lot you can achieve with this, but it's still fun to me. There's a trick you can do to collect shine sprites at different angles. The easiest is probably during the Shadow Mario missions. After spraying him with enough water, he'll fall over and the shine will spawn. When it does, stand underneath it, enter Mario Cam, and spin around. When the shine lands on Mario, he'll be facing a random direction during the cutscene. You can do this with other shines in the game too, but it's a little different. Side flip into one, and before you land, enter Mario Cam and spin. You'll get a similar result. So that's all for today's episode. If you enjoyed, please drop a like and subscribe. There's only one world left to cover, Pianta Village, but we're still going to look at Corona Mountain and Delfino Plaza after that. If you'd like to check out any of the other videos on this series, there will be a playlist on screen. But for now, I'm going to get up out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, see ya!